What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Blazers Uprise Live here on a Thursday. This is going to be a shorter stream. My Gonzaga Bulldogs tip off at about 4:10 Pacific time, so we're going to wrap things up right around then. We got 5 games for picks against the spread. We'll do a little Tankathon update and look at the games that matter for that today. And that's what the stream is going to be. Eric should be back tomorrow. We got Rockets tomorrow. That'll be a post-game show. Should be kind of back to normal with that. And then we got the Rockets again on Saturday. So back-to-back days in the next couple of days against a tanking team. We'll see how that goes for the Portland Trail Blazers. But Gabe told me last night he was going to join me on the show, and then I messaged him at 3:30, and then he messaged me back at 3:40, said, give me 20 minutes to get coffee, so just going to be a solo stream today. Anyway, Gabe participated with us on Monday in Picks Against the Spread. He went 4-5. It was kind of a rough day. On Monday. Jackson, you went 6-3, so you're trying to get back to the top. Chat had passed you up, but you're trying to make progress back to the spot that you held for a good portion of this season. 6-3 day for Jackson, 5-4 days for Eric and Zach. Everybody else went 3-6 except for Connor, who went 2-7. A rough day for him. The first game we got is Toronto taking on Cleveland. These graphics are going to look a little bit weird. Black box on the right, since these graphics are made for having 2 people on the stream. Toronto is a 3.5 point home favorite. I have injuries for this game and the next game. I'm not sure how up to date they are, so in chat you guys can correct me on anything that I miss or anything that's wrong. I'm just getting these where I can from the internet, but yeah, I gotta type the chat poll and then I gotta go get the injuries, so it's not going to be as fluid as normal, but I will try my best to multitask. Cavaliers. Cool. As far as the injuries go for this game that I saw, you have 4 players out for the Cleveland Cavaliers. That includes Colin Sexton, Jarrett Allen, Rajon Rondo, and Dean Wade. You have, for the Raptors, Malachi Flynn is out, and then questionable are OG Anunoby and Gary Trent Jr., but those guys questionable. Chat poll is in chat. Let's see. Eric ended up going with the Cavaliers. Eric Cavs. You got Zach going with the Raptors. Gary Trent Jr. is out. Okay, thanks, Trevin. Gary Trent Jr. is out of this game. I'm going to go Raptors as well. Krish is going Cavs. Jackson is going Raptors. Connor sent me his picks. I will go find him. Connor ended up going with the Raptors. And then Trevin is going Cavs. And chat is 55% Raptors. So Eric, Krish, Trevin going Cavs, everybody else going Raptors. Game number 2. You have Memphis hosting Indiana. Memphis is a 12.5 point favorite. There's a lot of injuries in this game. For the Pacers, let me see here. Let me read this. All right, for the Pacers, they are going to be without Chris Duarte, Isaiah Jackson, TJ McConnell, Ricky Rubio, Miles Turner, and TJ Warren. As far as guys that are questionable for the Pacers, Goga Bitadze, Tyrese Halliburton, those are the 2 guys that are questionable. For the, let me find this here. Oh, my spreadsheet's glitching out. For the Grizzlies, they're going to be without Dylan Brooks, Brandon Clark, Ja Morant, and Killian Tilly. Those are the injuries. Let me know if I need to update or if I missed anything. And let me type that chat poll and get that to you guys. Memphis. I'm glad that I type fast. I was super competitive in like our 3rd grade typing program. I just wanted to be the highest level because I was so competitive with it for no reason. And it's paid off, honestly. That's the one time where my competitiveness has paid off. There's the chat poll. I don't know. I don't remember if I put the... I don't think I put the spread in the poll, but the spread is on the graphic. You got Memphis for Jackson, Pacers for Zach. Tori, what's your words per minute? I don't know exactly. Trevin going Grizzlies. You got Connor going with the Pacers. Eric went with the Grizzlies. I'm going to go with the... I'm going to go with the Pacers. Chris went with Memphis. And chat is going with Memphis as well, 70% of the vote. That is currently your lead for the double down chat. Me, Zach, Connor go Pacers, everybody else go Grizzlies. Game number 3, you got Milwaukee hosting the Washington Wizards. Milwaukee is a 12-point favorite. Let me look up the injuries for this game because I don't have all the injuries. Bradley Beal's going to be out of this one. He's out for the season due to left wrist surgery. Vernon Carey Jr. is out. I didn't even realize he was on the Wizards. I need to freshen up on my player locations. So Bradley Beal's out, Vernon Carey Jr. is out, and Kyle Kuzma is out for the Wizards as well. Out for the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, and DeAndre Bembry. So some key players missing for the Milwaukee Bucks. Anyway, I'll get you guys your chat poll. I'm not going to put the spread in it. I'm just going to preserve time. I need like a silent keyboard so I can type without muting my mic. Because normally I mute my mic. Eric says injuries, I type. Obviously, I can't do that today. Zach going with the Wizards. I'm going to go with the Bucks. Let's see. Eric went with the Bucks. Connor went with the Wizards. We're getting a lot of kind of even picks today. I like it. Chris going Wizards. Trevin going Wizards. And Jackson going Wizards. Well, I said even picks, but me and Eric are going Bucks. Everybody else is going Wizards. Chat is at 50-50 right now, so next vote that I see, that's going to be the winner. So we need one more vote in chat. Oh, well, we got 2 votes, and they were split. So next vote I see, that's the winner. You're making this hard on me, chat. All right, there. You guys finally disagree enough. Bucks for chat. All right. Game number 4, you got New Orleans hosting the Chicago Bulls. Chicago is only a 1-point favorite on the road. Let me look up the injuries for this game. Yeah, that works. Let's see. So Zach LaVine is playing, but DeMar DeRozan is out for the Bulls. Lonzo Ball's out. Tyler Cook is out. Malcolm Hill's out, and Marko Simonovic is out. So the key guys there, Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan out. Zach LaVine is playing. I don't have an injury report for the Pelicans. Let me try and find that. Out for the Pelicans, obviously Zion Williamson and Kyra Lewis Jr. Larry Nance Jr. is probable to make his season debut. I think it's his season debut for the Pelicans, or did he play in the last game? I forget. But Larry Nance Jr. is back. He's probable for this game. Brandon Ingram is doubtful for right hamstring soreness. Those are the injuries for this game. You guys are already making your picks without knowing the injuries? All right. Gabe says he's excited to see what people think of the Suns-Nuggets game. Well, you could be on stream to give what you think of the Suns-Nuggets game. I mean, you could still come on stream for like a good 10 minutes. If you really want, Gabe, you could send me a Skype call. Anyway, there's the chat poll. You got Jackson Bulls, Zach Pelicans. We got Connor going with the Pelicans. I'm going to go with the... Pelicans. Eric ended up going with the Bulls. Let's see. Krish went Pelicans, and Trevin went Pelicans. All right. Krish Pelicans, Trevin Pelicans, and then chat ends up going with the Pelicans as well. 60% of their vote. All right. I think game number 2 is still their double down. Eric and Jackson going Bulls, everybody else going Pelicans. All right, fifth and final game. We got Denver hosting Phoenix. Phoenix on the second night of a back-to-back. Denver is a 3-point favorite at home. Let me find some sort of injury information for this game. All right, yeah, let's just go with this website. All right, so... The big one in this one... Let me make sure this is up to date. Yeah, the big one in this one is Chris Paul is set to make his return. He is probable to play. Cam Johnson's out. Frank Kaminsky out. Gabriel Lundberg out, not with the team. And Dario Saric is out. For Denver, they're going to be without Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Vlatko Kankar, and Zeke Naji. Alex Wolf, thanks. I stole it from Clutch Points. All right. So you got Trevin and Jackson going Suns. Trevin, Jackson, Suns. Eric's going Suns. I'm going to go Suns. Connor ended up going Suns. Zach ended up going Suns. This is his double down. You're going to have to tell me again when we get to double down, Zach, because I'll probably forget. Chris is going with... Looks like Chat Suns. Their double down is going to be Grizzlies, though, with 72% of the vote. And Krish is going with the Nuggets, Krish Island. Congratulations, Krish. You found yourself an island. All right. Double down time. Okay. Eric's double down is... Or let me start with Connor's. Connor's double down is the New Orleans Pelicans. Eric's double down is the Chicago Bulls. Trevin Suns, Zach Suns for their double downs. Look through the spreads one more time. Chris is doubling down on his island with the Denver Nuggets. Chat's double down was the Grizzlies. My double down is going to be... I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with the Suns as well. And then we're just waiting on Jackson. Jackson goes with the Wizards as his double down. All right. Thank you for participating. Those picks against the spread for today. We only have 10 minutes left in the stream. So I figured I'd just take a quick look at the tank thing. We could pull up Tankathon, do a Tankathon sim, and look at the games that matter today, or look at where the Blazers might be able to gain ground today. The Pelicans also playing today, so we'll look at that as well. Let me... What do I want to do here? Let's do this. Tankathon. Yeah, Tankathon. Cool. All right. So today, let me pull up the games on my phone. Today you got the Pacers playing the Grizzlies. Grizzlies without John Morant, so hopefully the Pacers can get a win. In that scenario, Portland would only be 1 win back at them. It sucks that we beat Detroit, because right now we'd be tied in the win column with Sacramento. It says we're 2 games back, but I'm more just looking at the win column. The Blazers have 2 games coming up against Houston, so I'm really worried about us winning those games. But it's nice to have a 2-game lead on San Antonio in terms of wins. And here's the thing. San Antonio's only 1 win back of New Orleans. San Antonio plays New Orleans on Saturday. That'll be an earlier tip-off time. First game of the day on Saturday at 2, tipping off at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You have New Orleans, San Antonio. So if New Orleans loses today, they're playing the Chicago Bulls. It's pretty much a toss-up in terms of the spread. And then San Antonio doesn't play until Saturday. You could be looking at a situation where if San Antonio wins that game, they end up in a tie for the 10th spot with the Pelicans. Okay? That's obviously contingent on the Pelicans losing today. If the Pelicans win today, they end up in a tie with the Los Angeles Lakers, who also don't play until Saturday. No, they don't even play Saturday. When do the Lakers play next? They get like a mini all-star break here? The hell? The Lakers don't play again until Sunday, and the Lakers play the Pelicans on Sunday. So the Pelicans play today, then play the Spurs, then play the Lakers. So 2 teams hovering right around them. So in terms of watching this Pelicans pick, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, if San Antonio passes them up, then it's a good thing in terms of you don't have to worry about New Orleans playing their way into the playoffs and losing their pick that way. It's also a good thing in terms of if they don't move up and we keep their pick, that's just going to be 1 spot better. But it's a bad thing because their chances of making it to the top 4 go up. So I don't know whether to be happy with that or not, but, I'd be very nervous on lottery day if they're sitting there with we'd have a 74% chance of keeping it. It'd just be nerve-wracking. So I am rooting for San Antonio to pass them, though. Also, honestly, I hope that Washington continues to struggle, because I'd like San Antonio to be in that 10th playing spot, and then that New Orleans pick to be about 9. I don't really care about a difference between 8 or 9. I do care about this difference of 6% of New Orleans moving into the top 4. As far as Portland's pick goes, obviously can gain a game on Indiana today. Indiana and Sacramento played yesterday. Sacramento won that game. One of those teams had to win. That was a very nice situation. But then the Pacers play the Raptors tomorrow. So if the Pacers can win today, it's not likely they're playing the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies are without John Morant. If the Pacers can then win on Saturday and the Blazers can lose their next 2 games against the Rockets, then Portland would be tied in the win column. But I don't think that's likely, considering Portland's playing Houston 2 games in a row. So that is the tank update. Obviously, it'd be nice for Portland's own pick to get up to a 42% chance of the top 4. That's only 10% worse than the worst teams in the league. That'd be a pretty successful tank. At this point, though, we're just kind of looking at Sacramento. Sacramento's next game. Let me pull it up here. Sacramento's next game on no, this is a good thing. I'm tripping. Sacramento's next game is against the Orlando Magic on Saturday. So Portland could be tied in the win column. Portland just has to lose these games against the Rockets, which is going to be a tough ordeal. So that's the thing. The Blazers win a game against the Rockets. Heaven forbid they win 2 games against the Rockets. Then we're talking about a completely different situation. Then we're talking about, we're tied with San Antonio again. So we got to lose games, move our way up. The organization's obviously really trying to lose games. Let's do a lottery simulation and see if we get lucky on this episode of Blazers Uprise Live. Starting at 14, you got Charlotte, 13 Atlanta, 12 New York, 11 Lakers, 10 the Pelicans pick falls, but we get it, which is good news. I feel like this pick is always the first pick to fall in a bunch of lottery sims. This means that Washington moved into the top 4. At 9, you have San Antonio. At 8, it should be Portland, and it is Portland. Detroit at 7. Wow, you had 3 teams move up there. Orlando 6, Houston 5. At 4, Washington. 3, Sacramento. 2, Indiana. 1, OKC. So, I mean, this is okay because we keep the Pelicans pick. It just would have been nice to move up. Eric would be happier with this sort of scenario than I would be because he's a little bit higher on this section of the draft compared to the top. Like, obviously, you know, he'd rather have Jabari or Chet or whoever, but he's more satisfied with like 8 through 10 range than I am. Not to say I'm against it, but you know, I'm just a little bit more nitpicky. Anyway, that is the Tankathon sim for today. The Ringer mock draft has us getting Duren and Sohan for the 7th and 10th pick. Honestly, I'd be pretty happy with that, says David Yu. I would not be happy with that. I don't want Sohan at 10, and Duren at 7 doesn't make sense. Let me look at the new Ringer mock draft, and then I'll end this because Gonzaga's about to tip off. Go Gonzaga Bulldogs. All right, So Shaedon Sharpe was available at 7, and they had us taking Jalen Duren. If we pass up Shaedon Sharpe to take Jalen Duren, I'm going to be extremely pissed. Shaedon Sharpe reportedly is 6'6" with a 7-foot wingspan, which means he's big enough to play the 3. Defensively, he has upside of being a lockdown guy. And he's like the perfect type of developmental player for Chauncey to have under Dame. Like, Shaedon Sharpe, if he's available, if we have 7 and Shaedon Sharpe's available there, I want to take him at 7. At 10, if we're that's the thing, I don't want to take Sohan at 10. If we really want him, I'd just trade down, because there's like Sohan, Eason, Johnny Davis was available there in their mock draft, Agbaji, you know, even a guy like Branham's interesting, Jovic is interesting, like, just trade it down to, like, 15, 16, 17 and take whoever the best player left is. That's what I would do. Is Sharpe at 7 and then trade that pick down. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for tuning in for this short edition of Blazers Uprise Live. Hopefully I gave you a good feel of the tanking situation over the next 3 or 4 days or so, what could potentially happen, and then, you know, it's fun. As always, doing picks against the spread. Good luck to everybody with that. I'm going to be on Twitter, pouring my heart out, pouring my emotions out about this Gonzaga game. Gonzaga needs to win. I'm extremely nervous. Anyway, I like Coloco too. Throw Coloco into that list, Exceed Depth. Anyway, that's a wrap for this episode of Blazers Uprise Live. I hope everybody has a good rest of your day. We'll be live again tomorrow with a post-game show. Eric should be back for that. And that's all I got. So with that being said, as always, peace out, go Zaga, and peace out, go Blazers.